were doxxed and we were lied about by the Daily Beast. The National March Against Far-Left Violence took place the other day, August 18th. See the link below to my video about it with the description, which has many links to videos of the events as they took place in many cities on that day. You may have seen Tim Pool's video about this propaganda piece by the Daily Beast by writer, I'm going to call her propagandist Kelly Weil, who, as Tim pointed out, is not just a propagandist for the far left, but also who was an attendee of this year's Unite the Right rally. Yep, she is, we could say, legally connected with the Nazis. Yep, she's connected with those Nazis the media tells us were there. I really don't know myself, I haven't looked into it, but apparently there were Nazis there and Kelly Weil was connected to them. You see, she attended that rally. You see what I'm doing here? So there you go, using the media's own standards, their own terminology, and their own, well, trickery, I can say, just like they do to other people, Kelly Weil is connected to those Nazis. By the way, I've put links for all this stuff in the description below, including her email address, so you can write to her and tell her what you think of her connections to the Nazis at the Unite the Right rally. And you can also tell her what you think of the following, the subject of this video, her propaganda piece. Some of you may know that Tabitha and I were one of the many promoters of the different national marches against far-left violence. But what you do not know is that we were involved in rooting out some infiltrators. You see, on the central webpage that led to the specific webpages for the various national marches against far-left violence in various cities, there was some shady stuff going on. Apparently, some people who should not have been trusted were trusted and given some administrative control over that main webpage, unfortunately. And in the description of that webpage, they put a link to a page which doxed a bunch of people. Again, you may have seen Tim Pool's video about this. If you want to watch it, see the link below for that. Tabby, myself, and other promoters of the National March spent many hours one day trying to get to the bottom of it. I also emailed every person who was doxed on that webpage to warn them and to suggest that they report it. I had no plans on reporting about this to the public until the Daily Beast did their propaganda piece on it, which makes me suspect that they are connected directly to the perpetrators, to the infiltrators, to the doxers. This propaganda piece by Kelly Weil contains so many lies and inaccuracies that I feel compelled to point them all out and to decimate them and to humiliate her, but in the interest of time, I shan't. As usual, like most of the lying media, she, well, simply lies. She calls us alt-right or far-right without any just cause to do so. So I went and asked many of the people who she's calling alt-right or far-right in this article what their political views are. Well, in many cases I already knew, so I didn't have to ask. They are not alt-right or far-right. Those who I did ask, and who replied, assured me no, they are not alt-right or far-right. One or two even said they're not even right-wing at all. You see, folks, these are people against far-left violence. And most of the people involved in this were the same kind of people who are involved in, free speech rallies, who get called alt-right and far-right all the freaking time. So here's the email that I sent to this lying propagandist. Your article, website promised free anti-Antifa shirts, alt-right signed up, it was a trap, makes many claims that are false. There are more false claims in your article than I have time to address, so I will focus on one thing. You refer to some unnamed individuals as alt-right and far-right without justification or evidence. Rightfully, the public, and some judges in liberal cases, expect reporters to make a reasonable effort to research and fact-check what they report. Hence, your inaccuracies can justifiably be considered to be dishonest, to put it softly. You could have, for example, asked these people what their political leanings are. You are wrong about them. You see, my wife and I were instrumental in rooting out the infiltrators and warning those who have been doxxed. I asked these folks how they feel about your characterization of them. Those who replied utterly reject your libelous label. Shame on you. It is antisocial and malicious to label people with terms that can and have influenced others to physically attack them. Become a decent human being. If you don't know, folks, this sort of propaganda is passed off as news very often. In fact, you can do the following, which I do. Go to Google Alerts, sign up, get emails about news or quote-unquote news articles that contain whatever keywords you choose. You can, for example, get alerts for articles containing the word rally. You will see, as I see, that whenever there is a rally put on by these free speech advocates and coalitions of center-left, centrist, and center-right people, the media more often than not calls them far-right, alt-right, white nationalist, and so on. On my channel, I have demonstrated that these rallies, for example in Berkeley, Portland, Boston, and so on, are not far-right, not alt-right, not white nationalist, not Nazi rallies or fascist rallies or anything like that. And I have videos in which I get some of these lying propagandists on the phone. They usually don't put out their phone numbers, but a few of them do, and well, most of them never answer. But after the hours and hours of work I put into it, I have got a few of them on the phone, and I've made a couple of videos in which I ask them on the phone why they make these characterizations, and well, they don't ever give a valid answer. One of them tried to sue me, by the way, which is why you can't see this video right here on YouTube, but you can see it on Bitchute. You see, the information is out there. I'm talking about these rallies. Many different people live stream these events. It's available. These propagandists obviously don't go and watch these things, or if they do, they choose to lie about them. They don't intend to report the news anyway. They are propagandists who lie to the public. Shame on them. And I'm suggesting that you shame them at every opportunity. Well, folks, what do you think about all this stuff? Leave a comment below. Make sure you scroll down and see the links. Very importantly, make sure you subscribe to me on Bitchute. It's like YouTube, except unlike YouTube, Bitchute is not going to shut my channel down. I'm always about 1, maybe 2 strikes away from having my channel shut down on YouTube, so scroll down, click that link, subscribe to me there. Also, see the links to my Minds, my Bitchute, my MeWe, etc., because we all know Facebook and Twitter and whatnot, they're just getting worse and worse. Okay, folks, leave me a comment. Till next time, peace, love, freedom, and equality. Thanks for watching.